Hey guys, Carl Customs here, and today I am joined by Logan, X-23, Charles Xavier, and Donald Pierce, all in honor for the new movie, Logan. And Logan, it means a lot to me as a movie. It's going to be Hugh Jackman's final appearance as Logan, and also Patrick Stewart's final appearance as Charles Xavier. And I don't really know what to say. I don't know what this will mean for Wolverine from now on. Are they going to go for a recast, which I honestly wouldn't care to see, because I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, so I can't see them moving on. Maybe this will be an end, show the end to the X-Men franchise finally after 17 straight years of going. But who knows? Either way, it's been a good farewell. This will be a good farewell to these amazing characters and maybe to this entire series. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so here we have the main man himself, Logan, and this is going to be Hugh Jackman's Logan final outfit. So I wanted to make it, go out with a bang and make it as good as I possibly could, and I really think it came out looking pretty nice. So to go over with it, so you can see that the brown shoes right here, they are, oops, sorry, my base fell apart. You can see that they were weathered with some black paint, and they're originally brown. And as you can see close up here, you can see there's a few tears in the pants acquired with some skin-colored paint that I now have. And, there's another patch right there. And I just sort of, as you can see, sort of in the light, I just kind of dry brushed the top of the pants with some black washing to show the dirt effect. And as you can see, within each cut of the pants, there also was a cut in the skin with some blood leaking out, because there was really no telling on what was going on below his stomach when you're looking at him in this outfit. So, had to make the best of it, and I think it came out looking pretty good. And moving on with the figure, so up near his torso is where things get interesting. From here up, everything gets interesting. So as you can see right here, the torso, it's a white torso with all the necessary wife beater painted in blood and wrinkles and all the openings and tears, exposed skin near the neck area, and it's wrapped around in a cut in half modified a Cape Madness trench coat, because it don't have the AR jackets. I believe that's what they're called. And it's painted in this sand blue, and it's wrapped all the way around. And there's the back, and there it is. And you can see there's a few buttons depending corresponding to each side. So here's the holes, and here's the buttons to fill in those holes. So I thought I'd just keep that continuity. And these are flesh arms with a little bit of weathering. And I used some electrical tape to make the sleeve cuffs. And yeah, they really make the figure pop, and they came out pretty nice. And yeah. Oh, and here's a good shot of the back. There's just a line showing down in between the cloth. And the face is my favorite part of this figure, obviously, because it was sculpted. And I knew I wanted to sculpt it because his hair and beard are so bushy in the movie that I wanted to make it look something like this. So what I did here, all I did was use some sculpting, and with a little bit of sculpting and sanding and painting, I made a really nice looking interlocking sculpted head and beard, and I really think it complements the minifigure right, and with the right amount of wrinkle marks, and adding in the eyes and eyebrows, and it's usually a little cut in between one of the eyebrows. It looks really good, and it shows great resemblance to Hugh Jackman. Oh, and his claws were also cut off official claw pieces, and they were glued onto the hand, so you can get that nice "I'm coming for you" action right there. And yeah, that is Logan, and I really think he came out looking nice, and I really think it really came out looking good for what it is, which is Hugh Jackman's final performance of him. Alright, so here's where things start to get tall with Charles Xavier here. The final time Patrick Stewart will be playing him, and he came out looking pretty nice. So he's honestly a simple figure. I mean, honestly, everything you're seeing is everything that you get. I mean, if you open up the arms, you can see I didn't even finish off making that outline because it will always be covered up. If you look on the bottom, I didn't even finish painting in the boots, and as you can see, the legs are kind of dirty because I got this from one of my old minifigures that I accidentally got some paint on. And yeah, there's nothing on the back, only the paint filled in painted area. And yeah, and the face, I believe this was a regular Emperor Palpatine, Chancellor Palpatine face, I believe. And yeah, and this is his plaid pattern shirt underneath his brown overcoat with some exposed skin at the top, and it came out good for what it is. It's not my greatest attempt of plaid, but for my first attempt, I think it came out looking pretty good. His shoes are painted on the tops, on the sides, and even on the insides because I have no plan on having this guy stood up at any point. And yeah, and also I continued on his hair on the back of his head and his beard, and it all started off as gray, and then I brushed his beard, his eyebrows, and his hair with some white to really get that depth. And yeah, that's it for Charles Xavier, and it's gonna be really sad seeing Charles Xavier, Patrick Stewart, leaving the role, but hopefully James McAvoy can bring the character back to life in a more fun way. Alright, so here we have X-23 here, and this is where things get a little more creative and kind of risky. And what I mean by risky is because I pulled a lot of new moves on her, like for example, lifting up her arm. As you can see, I painted on the gene effect of her overcoat onto the side of her body, and using that, I used some nail polish gloss so I could move the arm and the paint will stay on, and I could have a consistent looking figure. And also, I chopped the minifigure legs in half and also added some studs on the bottom so she could have short and still posable feet. So that was interesting to do. And also, the body was standing down just to give her scrawniness and to also help the paint stick on. And also her legs were slightly standing on the sides to show her scrawniness as well. And also the bottom of the torso was sanded just to get her smallness as well, because unfortunately she is rather tall for minifigure dimensions. I mean, this is how tall she is compared to Logan, like nearly his height, which I'm not the fondest of, but if it's the closest I could get, I'll take it. But yeah. So anyways, going back on the main part of the figure, so you can see she has her unicorn with a little rainbow going on, which is a pretty cool effect. Is something that I really enjoyed about this figure. I think it came out looking pretty well. And the second favorite part about this figure of mine is the jean effect of her overcoat. And I just really like how it complements the figure and how it really looks like a jean effect. And yeah, I really think it came out looking nice. And I even got it going on with the legs. The legs are jeans, but they're in a different shade. And I basically used the same tactic, but this time I used a more lighter blue, and I dry brushed it in a dark blue. Alright. Oh, excuse me for a sec. Okay. And for her claws here, her claws were cut pieces of green stuff, and they were glued onto the hands, and the hands were painted in blood because if you know Logan and X-23, their hands are always covered in blood because, you know, there's claws coming out of their body, so it's not gonna tickle coming out. And her hair was a elaborate hairpiece, and I started to give her sunglasses because I wanted to give her more of that final look at the first trailer where Logan is holding her hand and all that, because I just really wanted to show that emotion. And I thought it actually looked pretty funny in that final scene where they're driving away in the second trailer. So yeah, X-23. Okay, so here we have our villain of the movie, Donald Pierce here, and he came out looking also pretty nice, but also pretty simplistic, to be honest. So to go over the main parts of this figure, he has just like a black suit, and also just a paint job. Like you can see his shirt in there, and his face. His face was it wasn't that hard to make his face, you know, just a few cheekbone marks, a beard, glasses, and all that. And also, I used one of these brand new hair pieces, and hopefully that wasn't a waste of use, and especially this trench coat too, because I wouldn't want to waste two good, valuable pieces on a bad character. So hopefully he'll be good in the movie. And oops, it popped off again. And also, he has a silver hand that I painted myself, and you can see it's chipping off, and as a form to show all the withering that's doing to him. And yeah, and hold on for a second as I give you a better look at the inside of his jacket. And with the jacket removed, you could get a really better feeling of what's going on here with the entire figure. And so yeah, you can see he's got a buttoned up shirt with the collar, he's got a necklace right there, and a few wrinkle marks. And yeah, that's all he is to it. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers that he'll be a good character in the movie. So thank you guys so much for watching. I thoroughly hope you guys enjoyed my first and final full-on showcase for an X-Men movie. It's gonna be my last, finally, like the last hoorah for Hugh Jackman as Wolverine and Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier. And with that, please leave this video a like and a comment if you haven't already. And please follow me on Instagram and VidMe. If you're watching this on VidMe, then please follow me on Instagram and YouTube. And with that, I'll see you guys on the next one really soon. And goodbye.